Dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the two dudes and the attitudes, ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're riding and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E. The two dudes with the attitudes will bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Two Dudes with Attitudes, a wrestling podcast, and this is NXT Vengeance Day special edition with all the sadness going on in the world today with us losing Cody Rhodes' shot at Roman, I think.
I know.
We were able to recover.
Let's have a moment of silence for Cody Rhodes. We did this for Mandy Rose, and then like the next day she was fired. But yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
So.
He didn't lose his he didn't lose his title shot. Nothing was anyway. Let's get into it. Vengeance Day. It was a jam-packed show. Everyone who said they were never going to WrestleMania, hated WWE, would never watch it again, all tuned into Vengeance Day. It was an exciting event. Let me run through these results. You ready?
Yes, go for it.
All right. We had Baron Corbin and Bron Breakker defeating Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams to become the Dusty Classic winners. We had Dijak defeating Joe Gacy yet again. Although Joe Gacy had a little bit of a smile on his face. We had D'Angelo family beating OTM. Makes sense. We had Lyra Valkyria defeating Lola Vice for some reason and Roxanne Perez to keep the title. Obafema defeated Dragon Lee to keep his title. We had the calendars getting sold. And they're going to get sold on the internet. So, now I have to buy one, even though I made fun of it, just so I can have it behind me as a
I'll
joke.
be right back. Yeah.
I'm there to save Chase U University and have some fun in the process. And then we had Dragunov defeating Trick Williams to defend his title and the long-awaited Carmelo Hayes heel turn. With that, let's go. What'd you think? Let's just talk about it. What'd you like, dislike, or just in general?
I think we'll look. So Vengeance Day, I hate the fact that it's in February because by the time December rolls around or next January, kind of forget about some of these early pay-per-views. But I think Ilja Dragunov versus Trick Williams might go down, and it's only February. But I'm going to say now it might be match of the year. It's match of the year so far, and I think it might be match of the year by. Hopefully, it's at least in the running for match of the year. Close to the end of the year, because that match was fantastic. It was hard hitting. There was some blood. People were getting busted open. There was the moment at the end with Carmelo Hayes turning on Trick. But I mean, the match itself. I mean, the false finishes, the new referee coming in. The Trick Williams technically won the title because the audience counted. I think they counted to 12 when there was no ref, and then the ref came in, and then Dragunov magically kicked out at 2. The match itself was it was hard hitting. It was a lot of fun. And Trick Williams is a star. Trick Williams is money. Dragunov is fan-freaking-tastic. Maybe Cody Rhodes is going to put his WrestleMania shot against Ilja Dragunov at WrestleMania. So let's just hold out hope for that. But no, this match was great, and I loved it. And the turn at the end, I was hoping that Trick Williams would win the belt. And then the feud between Trick and Carmelo would be for the title. But I think this kind of gives a nice main feud going into Stand and Deliver without the belt, and Dragunov can go feud with somebody else for the championship. So I thought the match was great.
I just have to say, I'm always wrong in predictions, but holy cow, was I right about the Trick Williams Carmelo Hayes stuff going on. I think I called it word for word, their tag match and their ending. I think I pretty much close enough, but I'm not here to brag like always. I thought this match was a banger. I actually thought every match was a banger. And I told you this off before we started recording, that these matches, almost all of them had botch city. They were all we had the poor Bron Breakker going under the top rope and taking his you can see people don't believe how rough those ropes are until you bounce off of them. Holy cow, that cut him open, him hitting that rope.
That looked like
if it would have hit his neck, I feel like he would have beheaded him. So he would have been like a head there in the middle of the ring.
It looked like
that
a glitch
brutal.
in the WWE 2K game.
Yes.
Like that's how bad it looked. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think that was supposed to happen.
What the heck? Did he trip? Like what?
I
watched it again and I don't know what he did. But the whole match, they busted open Trick busted open Dragunov, Dijak and Joe Gacy, D'Angelo. All these matches were just like Botch City, but they were all phenomenal. I just think it's because these guys were giving it their all, and ladies were giving it their all. They were going for it. And sometimes you can have botches and it's all good in the hood. It doesn't mean it's going to take away from a match. Just like a figure skater can fall down, get right back up, and still win the gold. Stuff happens. That Dragunov Trick Williams match was insane. But let's talk about it. Turn. What'd you like? What'd you didn't? You for it? Is it the way? I mean, obviously it needed to happen, but is it the way it happened? And are you able to explain this? I'm confused on.
Yeah, putting the logic to the side, because I know you have an opinion on that, but I love the turn. I thought it was the right decision. I guess this proves that it was Carmelo Hayes that attacked Trick in the parking lot. Now they never did talk about that, but I love the turn. I thought the turn, the putting the copyrights and the logo on the screen, and then doing
you like it.
That's why I have trust issues. I got it because they do this. They did this with Bray Wyatt. They did this. Trick Williams now and Carmelo Hayes. Like, it's why I have so many trust issues.
CM Punk,
at Survivor Series. Yeah, I liked it though. I thought it was the right time. It generated a lot of heat, and that crowd was on fire last night. But this generated a lot of heat to the point where they were chanting "F you, Melo." Melo's yelling at the crowd. He did the "Up your" sign, which I thought only AEW people did, but he was doing that. And yeah, I think he's better as a heel ever since he won the title and kind of he got to the top of the mountain. I kind of feel like he has, like, Trick Williams has really stepped up his game, but it kind of feels like Melo has been coasting a little. No, I don't even want to say it like that, but he just hasn't been as on fire as he was when he was chasing the title. And now I think this lit a spark into him, and I'm excited to see why he attacked him. I'm sure it's going to be because he got too big for his britches type thing. You think you're bigger than me, but it's not. And then the fans cheering for him, whoop that Trick when they were saying Melo is money, Melo is him. He even told the fans on his way out that, you're the reason I did this, and it's your fault. So I love the turn. I did one thing too that I liked was the story element. So early in the tag match, Trick Williams did a move, and I thought I thought he tweaked his knee, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my,
like fake news. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he tore his ACL or something. And like, this is it. Like he's done. And like, he was like limping, and he was doing a really good sell job of it. Cause it was just like he was like doing like a moonsault or something. And he just messed up his knee. And then at the end, Carmelo Hayes was targeting that same knee. So I love little things like that they do.
Well, he got thrown into the knee too. And then it was all sorts of,
Yeah. So I love that they do little things like that to make you pay attention. You had to pay attention to see that he like tweaked his knee. I was like, oh man, I really hope. I thought it was real. I was like, because it wasn't even like a spot in the match. He was just doing a regular move, and I was like, oh gosh, like he just like tore something. But luckily he didn't, and it led to that moment at the end. And I'm excited for what comes next. Do they keep Trick Williams off TV for a while, and Carmelo runs with being a heel? I don't know, but I'm excited about it.
It's like WWE is good at storytelling, right? Like they can like start a little bit of a story and then have a planned finish to it, not just, anyway, getting back to my Cody Rhodes thing. Okay. So I like it. And I don't want to get into the realism. And like you said, like the fact of, if Carmelo really is the one that beat him up, A, why do you let it go on this long? And then B, you want to say, well, Denton, you keep saying that it's storytelling. True. So, okay, I'll give it to you. It's not real. It's entertainment. We build it all the way up. Why didn't he cost him the match then? That's the thing that always bothers me, is that like you had the heel turn but if he's blaming the fan, like afterwards, this is your fault. Did that happen during this match afterwards? Because if not, then why did you like not then cost him the match? You had someone else just did this just a couple months ago too. It's like, if you're going to turn on somebody, You can't turn on them after the fact. Then you're like, oh, now it's grumble. Who was it that just did that? Who was the one
Dirty
that turned?
Dom. Dirty Dom turned.
No,
Yeah.
who after that? That was started with Dirty Dom. Then there was somebody else just recently. Who the heck was it? I can't think. And I'm like, why did you turn after the match? Was like, why didn't you cost him the match? If you're going to turn on him,
I can't remember who.
Turn on him. Someone in the comments will let us know, but it's like, turn on him. That was my only thing with it, but holy cow, that was a good turn. The crowd was fire. I mean, there was a ton of "We Want Cody" chants afterwards. They were trying to hijack NXT, but it was insane. But yeah, good props. Props on that. Yeah, go ahead.
Can we talk about how selfish it is of Carmelo Hayes? Because he probably saw how big Trick Williams was getting and probably saw that he's the next main event, the stand and deliver main eventer. So Carmelo Hayes inserted himself. Like, so how selfish of Carmelo Hayes to insert himself into the main event. And Trick Williams is our guy. So hashtag we want Trick. Let's get that.
Heck yeah. Because did you see the crowd? They were upset. They were silent. So they should probably wish death upon Carmelo Hayes. I mean, I am.
Oh
I forgot about that. I need to get on X right now and start sending my boy Carmelo Hayes some death threats and burn his shirt. I'm like, burn your shirt.
How selfish the person who got a main event spot last year at Stand and Deliver, but he can't step aside and let somebody else have the main event spot. I mean, just so selfish. I'm
selfish.
So blown away by this. Yeah,
I am too. But anyway, getting off of this, I am excited though. I am excited. People aren't going to think we're being sarcastic. I had to put that on my TikToks now. Do you know? I'm being sarcastic because of what happened to you. Like, it's a joke, and people still didn't get it. They were like, that
we want Cody.
I'm like, bro, I'm being sarcastic. Anyway, but this is great for Trick. Carmelo, hasn't he already signed to SmackDown? Wasn't he one of the 8,000 people that signed to SmackDown on last SmackDown's episode?
And
like,
so
everybody in their mom was signing.
Yeah.
Naomi, another big moment on SmackDown people aren't talking about. Jade Cargill's, like, so many moments going on in SmackDown people didn't talk about. Braun Breaker deciding whether or not he's going to go. But now we're going to have Trick beat Carmelo and then move up and then end up beating Dragunov for the title. This is like beautiful storytelling. I'm glad they finally got to it.
Unless The Rock comes in and takes a spot.
I mean, he might. He might. He's part of the board. That's the only reason why he signed with the board, was so he can win every title, because that's what The Rock needs. His billions of dollars, he doesn't sleep well at night. He really, really needs Cody Rhodes as Roman, main event title spot. Because he's full of himself. The Rock, who literally goes around and donate and never. I'm not even getting into it. Okay,
sorry.
Femi, it was what it was. He missed his end move. I mean, I guess people dig him. I don't know. He's all right. But I think out of all of this, the only other thing I really want to talk about, I mean, Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin were the right idea. They better win the tag team titles against the D'Angelo family. But go ahead.
Going on to that, but now you have Bron teasing that he's going to be on Raw tonight. He was on SmackDown. He's going to sign somewhere. So are they going to win the tag team titles, or are they going to lose the tag team? Because
or maybe Baron or one of them turn on each other and then they both go to the bigger show. Maybe. I mean, they've had NXT champions be on both. Dirty Dom.
That's true.
Becky Lynch, so on. But can we talk about the cash in with Lola Vice? I mean, that's basically like, what is wrong with Triple H and Shawn Michaels with these like mid-match? As soon as she came in, I was like, oh my God, here we go again. And then she was like inserted in the match and I was like, oh no. And then the match went on for like 10 more minutes and I was like, oh no. And then she got pinned and I was like, oh no, like what's happening? I'm like, why did she even? Oh man, poor her. She was like, her and Oba were like, high five, we did it. And Oba's like, oh, I'm champ already. You're gonna lose in a couple weeks. Like, poor girl. And she did well too. It was a good match. I don't know. I think Valkyria needed to lose it. I don't think she's really doing much since she won the belt. I think either one of these girls would have been better to have the title, but what do I know? I'm not going to hashtag or fight it. It is what it is. But
we want.
I just thought, I texted you saying that I think HBK and Triple H, since they never had a Money in the Bank briefcase, don't understand how a cash-in works, so they keep booking, people like idiots with these like. And I know it's not a Money in the Bank, but it's the same thing.
Same
like they're not like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm like blown away.
And the fact that you had her cash in, inserted her into the match, and then have her take a pinfall. It's just, it was just really, it'd be like Damian Priest cashing in the middle of a match and getting inserted and taking a clean pinfall to Cody Rhodes or something. Like, why not have them come out at the end of the match? And it's just feels like they, like you said, they don't know how to do it. because they never really had to deal with it when they were around, and it was kind of a Vince idea. But yeah, I don't know.
Or let it cook longer. What's wrong with her? If you don't want her to win yet, let her have it for a does she have to cash it right away? Like they're doing with Damian Priest. They don't get it yet. Don't have him cash in yet. Figure out a plan before you have time, y'all. You got the time.
Yeah.
And but now she's feuding with Roxanne Perez. She fought her in the back. So,
they got into it. Yeah. So now that's gonna be a non-title feud. And what's Lyra Valkyria gonna do? Like,
I don't know.
I don't get that.
Me neither, but yeah, man.
One thing too that kind of, I don't know, this is just a minor gripe, but it was right there in front and center. The WrestleMania sign. I don't know how I feel about that being at NXT, because their WrestleMania is stand and deliver. And yes, it's during WrestleMania weekend. It's the kickoff to WrestleMania weekend. It's the first show of the day. But Dragunov's probably not going to have a match at Mania. Trick Williams probably isn't going to have a match at Mania. Braun Breaker may have a match at Mania. He might go after Gunther or the Judgment Day. But all these people are going to the main roster. But like the NXT people, I don't know. It just was a little thing that I noticed. I was like, I can't stop thinking about that. Like, why isn't there a stand and deliver sign?
That'd be so cool
that they could point at, because that's their
Lola's
big match.
Pointing at it.
Yeah, that's their big match. That's their big moment of the year. So that was kind of I get that it's the kickoff show for WrestleMania weekend, and I appreciate it, but it was one thing that really kind of bugged me. It was like, why is that there?
No, I agree. None of them are going to. We watched it last year. None of them are going to WrestleMania.
No.
They have their own WrestleMania. That's their WrestleMania. Let them enjoy it.
Yeah,
I do get that it's WWE, so you have to have it there, but that just takes up space to put it up there. Why I had to travel there? You could have done something else. I agree. You don't. It's unnecessary.
Like Trick and Carmelo, their feud's not going to take place at WrestleMania. It's going to be at Stand and Deliver. And Dragunov's not going to have a match unless Cody Rhodes decides he's going to face him at WrestleMania. He's not going to have a match at Mania. It's going to be at Stand and Deliver. So, I don't know. It was just a little thing, but a thing nonetheless.
And also, anybody watching NXT is not like, WrestleMania? Whoa, I should tune into WWE. Like, obviously, if you watch NXT, you're 100% watching WWE. But I got to say, HBK did it again. This is an A card for me. I thought it was an A.
It was great.
Good stuff. Keep it going. NXT. Now let's keep the vibes on. Now we're on to their Stand and Deliver season, right? Not WrestleMania season, Stand and Deliver season. Let's get it going. I'm looking forward to where it's going. Let us know in the comments what you think, what you thought, if you dug it or not. And yeah, man, thank you for tuning in. I like doing these little, like, just about this. Gives us some time just to dive into the essence of what this was.
When we do our episode on Thursday, we can't really talk about it as much because we got a lot of other stuff to talk about. So I like focusing on the pay-per-view. So
yeah, especially this one, we have the SmackDown one again, and Raw, and then the follow-up on NXT. So there'll be a lot going on. But thank you as always. Sorry about our sarcasm. I know some of you are upset by it because we have Cody Rhodes diehards in there who are like, don't make fun of anything that he does. But once again, it's all satire, man. We're just making fun, trying to have a good time. This is entertainment, y'all. But as always, I'm the Heartbreak Dude, breaking hearts and spitting facts.
That's right.
Get me at HBD Denton everywhere you want to listen to me rant, talk, or make fun of you. And as always, I'm with the one, the only, the Sami Zayn himself. Whoop.
Speaking of, y'all leave Sami Zayn alone on X, but at Ryan Enjoys Wrestling, at Ryan Enjoys Wrestling on all platforms, TikTok especially, and Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch are coming, I promise. But go follow us at Two Dudes with Attitudes on TikTok, at Two Dudes PC on X, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And then if you're listening to us on audio, thank you for the support. Go leave us a 5-star review and subscribe to us there.
Yeah, and some of you on X right now sound like you're on X. Two Dudes Wolfpack, we out. Let's go.
That's right.
Two dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the two dudes and our attitudes ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. A 5-star broadcast, shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E. The two dudes with the attitudes that bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.